Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be doing the Disney DCP bucket list tag. I don't know if there's a tag for this, but I will be telling you guys my bucket list for this summer while I'm on the program. There is a list of, I think 30 items as of now. There may be things that are added, taken away, mostly just added. Nothing's gonna be taken away at all. So I will jump straight into the list right here. So my first one on my list is the Goodnight Kiss in Magic Kingdom. Again, I'm going to say this now, there's no particular order in the list, it's just what came to my mind. So the first one, again, is the Goodnight Kiss in Magic Kingdom. I was supposed to do it last time when I was there for reading week, but we all got way too tired and we're like, yeah, no, we can't stay here for another like 3 hours. Or not even 3 hours, another like hour and a half. We were exhausted, plus we had to drive back to where our hotel was because we weren't staying on property. So it was a bit of a drive to get back as well, and we were just exhausted because we were gonna spend a whole next day in the parks again. So we needed our sleep. So that's one thing I definitely want to do now. I also want to go to the Polynesian. I've never been there. I've only seen pictures and videos of it, and it looks absolutely stunning. So I really want to go there. My next thing, I also want to go to the Grand Floridian. I've never been there, and again, it looks absolutely stunning. So that's one that's definitely very high that I want to go to. I also want to eat there, hopefully, cross my fingers, depending on the price. So my next one is kind of generalized, but then I'll get into more specifics. So I want to meet as many characters as possible. So the last time I actually met a character, I think the last character I met was Rapunzel back in, wow, I think I was in grade 8. So that was 6 years ago was the last time I went to a character meet and greet. So that's definitely something that I really absolutely want to do so much. Meet as many characters as possible. There are also many specific ones that I do want to meet this summer as well. So specifically, the top one that I absolutely want to meet is Olaf. Olaf is one of my absolute top favorite characters, hands down. So cute, so funny. I just have to meet him. I have Olaf slippers. I have Olaf slippers, 2 pairs of PJ pants, 3 actual Olaf stuffed animals, 1, 2, 1 at home, 3, my slippers, 2 pairs of pants, a Frozen figurine set with Olaf in it, and a Frozen or just a specifically Olaf snow globe. So Olaf is one of my favorite characters, and I've also done a drawing of Olaf way back in the day as well. So he's definitely one that I definitely want to meet. I also want to meet Baymax. He's so cute. Joy and Sadness, I also want to meet as well. Inside Out is one of my favorite movies. Maybe I'm going to watch that tonight. I have not watched that in a while, so I think I'm going to watch that. So Joy and Sadness, 100% want to meet. Edna Mode, this is a special one. Edna Mode is for the summer because the release of The Incredibles 2 is this summer. They are doing an incredible summer across the Disney parks. And one of the not special perks, but one of the special items of this event this summer is that Edna Mode will be in the Disney parks that you will be able to meet. So I think that's absolutely amazing to meet Edna Mode. So that's one thing have to do this summer. And of course, no capes. No cape. Nothing. So that's one thing. I also want to meet all the princesses, all the classic princesses. That's one thing, whether it be going to a character dining, a princess dining experience, or throughout my summer meeting them, say, Belle in France, or meeting Cinderella in Magic Kingdom, I believe. it's been so long. I just want, even if it's the course over the whole summer, I do want to meet all the princesses. I want to meet the Fab Five. So Mickey, Goofy, Donald, Minnie, and Pluto, the 5, but also include Daisy in that. So Fab 6. But I definitely want to meet all of those classic characters. I also want to meet Baloo, because Baloo holds an extremely special spot in my heart. The Jungle Book is my favorite non-Princess Disney movie. I've met Baloo once. I think the very first time I went to Disney, I met Baloo. All the other times I've never met him. I've just seen him either in the parades or passing by his meet and greets. So I have to, hands down, for the little kid in me that's only met him once, needs to meet him again. The last specific character that I do want to meet is Gaston. I've heard and I've seen the hilarious meet and greets that you have with him, how funny he is, how interactive he is. So that's definitely one that I have to cross off my list, is to meet Gaston. So now, aside from the characters, I want to be, hopefully, depending on what my work schedule is, be there for the Toy Story Land opening on June 30th this summer. Definitely, hopefully, want to be there for the grand opening. If I'm not working, definitely if I'm not working, hands down, I will be there. If you want to find me, if you want to say hi, you will know where to find me that day. And with that, I also want to ride the Slinky Dog Coaster. Me being in the program that I'm in, not like Disney program, but I mean like school program, I'm very interested. I've been following along the process of when they brought in the coaster itself to actually Slinky Dog being on the ride track, so I've followed that journey. So I'm really interested to see how it's all put together and really see the mechanics, or try to see the mechanics as I'm going through. So the next one is ride related. I've tried this every time when I go on it and I'm never successful, is I want to become a galactic hero on Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin in Magic Kingdom. I've tried. Last time I went, I just kept getting worse and worse, so I really want to get better on it and hopefully become a galactic hero, because I think that's one of the best things possible. I also want to go on a walking tour. I know there's Keys to the Kingdom, there's Behind the Scenes in Epcot, there's so many different ones, so I hopefully want to be able to do at least one, if not more, of those tours while I'm down there. I want to find as many hidden Mickeys as possible. I want to be able to find them on my own, not being told, oh yeah, there's one over here. Maybe I will get to that point where I'll be like, oh, where is this, where is that? But I really just want to be able to like ride a ride or walk somewhere and be like, oh, that's just a hidden Mickey, like without thinking of anything. So that's one thing I really want to do, is find as many hidden Mickeys as possible, and maybe I'll either write them down or document them, which I think would be very neat. But again, it all depends on how I feel, how many I actually find. I want to go to the Boardwalk. I've never been to the Boardwalk, so I think that's one thing that's very interesting to go see. I've never been there, so that's one thing I definitely want to go and adventure around. This makes me sad. In all the years that I've been to Disney, I've never ridden the Grand Fiesta tour. It's so sad. I really want to do it. So that's one thing majorly that I will be doing. And while I'm thinking about that, I need to add ride the new version of Pirates. Because as of yesterday, so yesterday when I'm filming this will be March 19th, the new Redhead scene was unveiled. And people were able to ride it for the first time yesterday. So that's one thing I want to be able to see, is the new scene, for sure. Last time I was there, I was fortunate to still see the old redhead scene about a week before it got shut down to refurbish. So I want to see the new one. One ride that I've always avoided riding, and I still avoided it my last trip, was to ride DINOSAUR in Animal Kingdom. Yeah, there's not much more that I can say about it, other than just to face my fear and get on that ride. And be able to say, yeah, there's not a ride that I haven't ridden in the parks. So that's definitely one that I needed to cross off my list to be able to confidently say, yeah, I've ridden everything in this park type of idea. I also wanted to ride Dumbo again. It has been so many years since I've ridden Dumbo. I think it was since the first time I went, back when I was, I think, 6, riding Dumbo. So that's one thing I for sure definitely want to do, is get on Dumbo and fly through there, flying with Dumbo. Another one I gotta remember, teacups. Again, it's been so long since I've ridden the teacups that I need to. I just have to. It's one of those classics that you know you just have to ride. So I just have to do it. I'm just adding more and more on to what I want to do while I'm doing this. Look at that. The next one is I want to do all 4 parks in one day. I know there is specific guidelines to that. If you have to do, I think it's a 1 ride per park. I'm not 100% if that's the only rule, but I know it is at least 1 ride in every park. I don't know if there's anything extra on that. The next thing is do all the nighttime spectaculars in one day. I know it is possible. I think you have to start in Epcot, go to Hollywood Studios, and then to Magic Kingdom. But now that Animal Kingdom's starting there, I'm not too sure exactly how the order is. But that's, hopefully I'll be able to figure that out and do all the nighttime spectaculars in one night. That's like 100%. I want to at least attempt to do that, because I think that'd be amazing. I also want to do all 3 major mountains in one day. So in Magic Kingdom, that's Big Thunder Mountain, Splash Mountain, and Space Mountain. Specifically, I want to do Big Thunder Mountain and Splash Mountain. The reason behind that is because my last trip, we had a fast pass for Big Thunder, and it was closed the entire day. We couldn't use our fast pass, and I was really sad. And at the same time, Splash Mountain was also down. Also in that same day, at the same time, Splash Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train were all down at once. How? I just want to know how is it possible that everything could be down in one day. So all I was able to manage to ride on my last trip was Space Mountain, which again was amazing. So I definitely want to do Big Thunder and Splash when I go. Splash Mountain's one of my favorite rides. I love Big Thunder as well, but again, it's been a while since I've ridden both of them. So I want to be able to ride all 3 of them in one day and be able to like check that off. I conquered all 3 Magic Kingdom mountains in a single day. So the next one is to be a part of the Indiana Jones Indiana Jones Stunt Show Spectacular. That's what it is. So I want to be able to be a part of the Indiana Jones Stunt Show Spectacular show, where you can volunteer and then you can be an extra in the market and do the screaming, the oohs, and the ahs. I think that would be absolutely amazing to be a part of that. So that's one thing I definitely want to do. I want to get more mini ears. I do have some homemade ears that I made for my last trip. So I actually want to be able to buy a few this time around. As of right now, there's none specific other than the birthday ears that I've been seeing lately floating around. So it's like a little cupcake with a little candle in the middle, and then the ears are like all sparkly. So those I definitely want to get for my birthday specifically. But other than that, there's not any specific ears that I want. So hopefully I'll be able to find some of those. I want to do and complete the Wilderness Adventure Guide in Animal Kingdom from Russell from Up. That also reminds me of another thing I need to add to my list. So I want to complete the Wilderness Adventure Guide. So what that is you go around Animal Kingdom and you collect stickers at each point, learning different things about all the animals. I don't know if you get something once you complete the whole guide, but I think just the satisfaction of completing the entire guide would be absolutely amazing. So I think I'd have to spend just one entire day just doing that in Animal Kingdom, so that's definitely one thing I want to complete on my list. And then while I was thinking about that, there's the new bird show that I don't know if they've opened it yet, or they're planning on opening in about mid-April, I think. Again, not too sure on the dates, with Russell and Doug from Up. It used to be the Birds of the Kingdom. No, that doesn't sound right. It used to be a huge bird show that they had, and then it was down for the longest time, and now they're bringing it back with Russell and Doug from Up. So that I definitely want to go see. And then I want to hopefully also be off the night of The Incredibles 2 premiere and be able to go see that in Disney Springs, because that would be absolutely amazing to see Incredibles 2 in Disney Springs on opening day. Absolutely amazing. And specifically, this is food. Because when I get down there, it's still going to be the Flower and Garden Festival, I want to try frushi. That is a big thing I've heard and seen. I've seen and heard mixed reviews about it, but I'm not a sushi person, so I'm wondering if this will get me open to the texture of sushi. Just for me, the idea is a bit strange. Fruit, I'll eat fruit. So hopefully this I will enjoy, and I'll be able to enjoy the texture. Maybe I'll be able to eventually grow into liking sushi, but for now I think frushi is going to be my limit. And then my last thing on my list is to have an amazing birthday in Animal Kingdom, or not in Animal Kingdom. Whew. So the last thing on my list is to have an amazing birthday in Magic Kingdom. I really, really hope I'm off the day of my actual birthday, if not the next day, hopefully the actual day, because it is going to be my 20th birthday while I'm down there, and I want to be able to be in Magic Kingdom on my birthday, celebrating it there, because I think that would be the most magical thing possible that you can imagine. So, I think I've covered everything on my list. If there's any suggestions from you guys that you think I should do while I'm down there, any specifically food related things that you think I should do while I'm down there, please leave a comment down below. What else? I will be posting a new video next week as well. If you have any suggestions on that or any suggestions for future videos, also please leave a comment down below. And I'm really hoping this video isn't blurry again, so I don't have to redo it a third time. But I hope you guys have an amazing night, evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. So enjoy yourselves and have a magical day.